The city breathed its restless song, a mix of sirens, distant horns, and the murmur of humanity struggling beneath flickering neon lights. Harlem stood as it always had, proud, scarred alive. But tonight, something new rumbled beneath its cracked sidewalks. The kind of danger that even seasoned criminals cross themselves over. And at the heart of it all was Luke Cage, the man with unbreakable skin and an unbreakable will. Luke had spent his entire life defending Harlem from forces that wanted to chew it up and spit it out. Crime lords, corrupt cops, supervillains looking to make a name for themselves. He wasn't rich. He wasn't flashy. He didn't wear a cape. But when Harlem called, Luke answered. And tonight, Harlem was screaming. It started with whispers, a mysterious figure tearing through the Bronx, smashing through police barricades like they were made of paper. A beast in gray armor, leaving behind twisted streetlights, crumpled cars, and terrified witnesses. Some said it was a tank on the loose. Others swore it was a mutant. But Luke knew better. When Misty Knight sent him a shaky cell phone video of the destruction, Luke's jaw tightened. There, captured in the flickering frame, was the unmistakable hulking form of Rhino. Damn, Luke muttered under his breath, watching the monstrous figure charge through a convenience store like it was made of cardboard. He had heard of Rhino. Alexei Sitsevic, a Russian thug who had sold himself out to science in exchange for strength, speed, and nearly indestructible armor bonded to his flesh. A wrecking ball with legs. A walking disaster. And now he was heading south, straight toward Harlem. The question was, why? Luke didn't have long to wonder. Harlem's streets didn't sleep, and neither did its problems. The answer came in the form of a desperate call from Pop's old community center, now converted into a shelter and youth outreach space. Rhino wasn't on some random rampage. He had been sent. Word on the street was that a powerful crime syndicate, the Nefaria Family, had put a price on Luke's head. They were tired of their operations in New York being disrupted by one man with bulletproof skin. Instead of sending wave after wave of goons to fail, they hired a force of nature, Rhino. And Rhino didn't care about causes. He didn't care about Harlem. He cared about getting paid, and he liked smashing things to get it done. The calm before the storm. Luke stood on the roof of a low-rise, staring out over the blocks he loved. In the distance, he could already feel the vibrations of destruction. Car alarms wailed. Windows shattered. People screamed. The streets emptied as the unstoppable force drew closer. His phone buzzed in his pocket. Claire. He hesitated, then answered. Luke, I'm hearing about some kind of monster. Please just come home. Let the cops handle it. Let the Avengers handle it. He closed his eyes. The temptation to walk away clawed at him for just a moment. But he couldn't. The Avengers weren't coming. The cops couldn't stop what was heading for them. This was his fight. Harlem was his home. I gotta do this, he said softly. Tell the kids to stay inside. Tell everyone to stay low. Claire's voice cracked. Just come back to me. I'll try. Luke hung up and exhaled deeply. The city's heartbeat raced as the storm arrived. The first signs of doom. Rhino's heavy footfalls echoed through the night. He was a shadow at first. Then a hulking mass illuminated by streetlights he smashed as he passed beneath them. Fire hydrants burst. Cars flipped like toys. His breath steamed in the cool night air as he snorted through his mask. Luke Cage. Rhino bellowed, his thick accent dripping with rage and amusement. Come out, hero, or I'll rip your city down to find you. Luke clenched his fists. His mind raced. He couldn't match Rhino's raw strength head-on. Not for long. He'd have to outthink him. Make him angry. Make him sloppy. He jumped down from the rooftop, landing with a heavy thud in the middle of 125th Street. Glass crunched beneath his boots. Fires flickered around him. The street was eerily empty now. The people of Harlem knew better than to stand between two giants. I'm right here, Luke called, his voice calm but resolute. You're my house now, Rhino. Rhino slowed, his massive frame looming closer. His eyes narrowed inside the mask. You're smaller than I expected, Rhino sneered. But no matter. You're worth more alive than dead. But I'm not picky. He charged. Luke's heart pounded as he watched the living battering ram bear down on him. The city he loved had become an arena. The concrete beneath his feet felt like paper about to be shredded. But Luke didn't run. He planted his feet. He believed in Harlem. He believed in standing tall, no matter the odds. If Rhino wanted to tear his neighborhood apart, he'd have to go through Luke Cage, and that wasn't going to be easy. Rhino didn't pause. He stormed forward, fists raised, ready to crush Luke where he lay. But Luke wasn't done. With every ounce of strength left, Luke rolled aside as Rhino's fists slammed down, cracking the asphalt beneath them. He grabbed a length of broken rebar, jamming it between Rhino's feet, tripping the behemoth. Rhino stumbled, his own momentum carrying him face first into a building's steel support pillar. The structure groaned under the impact, but held. Panting, Luke staggered to his feet. His ribs felt like fire. His arms trembled with exhaustion, but his eyes burned with determination. "This is my home, Rhino," he growled, "and you don't get to tear it apart." Rhino snorted, shaking dust from his mask. He was furious now, wild, clumsy in his rage. "Stay down," he bellowed, charging one final time. Luke didn't dodge. He sidestepped just enough to grab Rhino's arm as he passed, using his own strength and Rhino's momentum against him. With a mighty heave, he pivoted and slammed Rhino headfirst into the wreckage of a delivery truck. The truck's gas tank erupted in a fiery blast. The shockwave knocked Luke back, but Rhino took the brunt of it, buried under flaming debris and twisted metal. The street fell eerily silent except for the crackle of fire. Luke dragged himself upright, chest heaving, blood trickling down his face. He stared at the smoking wreckage, waiting, watching, but Rhino didn't rise. The beast stirred once, groaned, and fell still, stunned, beaten, and buried beneath the weight of his own destruction. Luke Cage had stood his ground. Harlem's protector remained unbroken.